This is the strange story of how I inspired a young man who I have never even met in person to get happily married to a good young lady who I never met in person, although all that I was doing was shop in a local Aldi's grocery store in Greenville, South Carolina. It was a cold winter day and I had to go shopping. So, as usual, I grabbed our white van and made my way to the nearest Aldi's. Shopping went well, and I was near to finishing when I came across a gentleman in his 80s in the aisle who appeared to me to be rather lost.
"I don't know what I'm doing,"
he said. Usually his wife did the shopping, but she was sick, he explained, so I offered to help him. He told me the brand he wanted to buy, supposing they had it, and explained its several good qualities as I searched around for what he needed. I told him that I made bread at home for my family as well. "Ah," I said. "Here it is." And so I showed him what he wanted, but before he left, a middle-aged lady who had overheard came up and addressed me with a smile. She told me she also made homemade bread for her family. We talked agreeably for a short while and found out that we even purchased whole wheat at the same outlet. I made a note of the conversation in my mind, and we said goodbye, each going our separate ways through the store. Every time I went to that Aldi's for the next few months, I was hoping to come across the lady, but each time I saw nothing of her. Then 6 months later I saw her suddenly one day, coming around a corner. "Oh, hi," I said with a smile.
"Hi, I've been looking for you all over,"
she told me as soon as she saw me.
"You inspired my son to get married."
What? I laughed.
"Well, you see, my son is awfully shy, and he really was starting to think that there just weren't any good, godly, Christian girls left around in the world anymore. A little before I met you, my boy's sister gave him a note with the phone number of one of her own friends, and told him he really should get to know her, but I don't think he ever would have. He didn't plan to, but then that day when I met you, and saw you helping the old gentleman, and noticed that you dressed well and were so very amiable, I went home and I told my boy directly, there really are noble women, who dress properly, and behave kindly, and love the Lord, still left in the world. And then I told him about how we had met and the things we had talked about. That very day, he called the girl who his sister had told him about. She responded kindly and told him that first he should talk with her father, before they started to get to know each other or to have any conversations, and he took that as a very good response. Well, right after that he did talk to her father, and now he got married to the girl, and he's a happier lad because of you."
"That's wonderful," I replied genially, and it really was. I think this is just one example of how truly joyous and helpful real interactions and connections can be, even when brief, and even when we engage in them while shopping in real stores, in real places, with real people. Do you like shopping in real stores? Have you ever made friends over a grocery cart? Have you ever had such a wonderful experience?